What's up, everybody? It's been a while since I had done an episode here on YouTube. It is not because I actually left the internet or something like that. No, actually, I turned my full attention to TikTok. So let me first of all thank anybody that has come over from TikTok and subscribed and is watching this. Thank you for coming over from TikTok and supporting me here as well. Your support means everything to me. You're helping me get closer to achieving my dream, which is to do this full time. So thank you. It's been amazing to see the growth that I've had there. If you guys take a look at this real quick, you can see that I went from having like just a few thousand followers, and now we are sitting at what, 62,000 plus followers just on TikTok. Videos on TikTok, by the way, they get crazy views. Like as you can see here, my latest one over 8,000 views. I've even had a video, as you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, with over 2 million views. I mean, it's insane, the traffic and the attention that TikTok is willing to give pretty much any creator that uploads regularly. So thank you for everybody that's supporting the journey. And you know what? As Cardi B says, thank you to the haters as well. I mean, because you guys are technically helping. On YouTube, on the other hand, it's been difficult. Some of you guys that are also here watching, because I haven't uploaded in a while, probably mainly my mom, let's be honest. You know that I haven't been uploading probably since like June or July. Sorry, my alarm is going off. And it's mainly been because there's just YouTube just, I don't know what they do with their algorithm, right? But they don't really like to promote my content. Sure, it's maybe because I'm a little bit controversial. I talk about controversial topics and, they see it as, ooh, it's not really ad friendly. Of course, meanwhile, TikTok is like, we don't give a F. Let's go, man. What do you want to talk about? Like, honestly, like 80% of the time. I've gotten a few videos, hit, with community guidelines, but nothing serious. I mean, usually stuff, gets put right back on when you appeal it. Again, there's been some times where it won't, and I get it, right? It's not a perfect system, but it's sure better than YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube, but it is. YouTube might have that name recognition, but it's just might feel like my videos go nowhere. Maybe 1,000 views or so, and I struggle to get that. I'm promoting it everywhere. But anyways, I digress. Why we're here. We're here because I want to, first of all, thank everybody, right? Like I said, and second of all, Happy New Year's. It's one of those things that I know for a lot of people, 2020, 2021 has been a nightmare. Here we go towards 2022, and I really hope everybody just has a good time. I genuinely know that people have had troubles, but I also hope that you guys have just a better 2022. I think many of us need it. And I also want to, I guess, lastly, tell you guys that I am planning on uploading here regularly. I am planning on doing that. I just don't know the format. I don't know if I'm going to cut all my videos up and do it like I do on TikTok. I don't know if I should just stick to doing series. I don't know where I should go from here, and I'm trying to figure it out. I know I want to do a lot more of collaborations, with people. Like I want to do as many collaborations as I can. Right now, I'm actually in the middle of doing one with a whole bunch of people that I've been messaging with about something else that's coming along. So those of you guys that know, it's coming probably in the next week. So I'm definitely looking to do a lot more collabs. But again, I don't know where that fits into YouTube, right? I don't know if it fits in with just having more guests. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to be on the record for a lot of things because of cancel culture. So I don't know. All right. But it is the YouTube show. It is the JTH show, I should say. And I'm not going to just leave you guys with just like, oh, hi, bye. I do want to talk about a few things. And for that, let me move into some stuff that I want to share with you guys. Again, because it's still the JTH show, and it's the YouTube JTH show. And I love talking about current events. One of the things that some of you guys might have missed because there's just so much stuff circulating everywhere, it's that Ghislaine Maxwell. If you guys remember, this is the woman that essentially worked with Epstein, which I did a whole video on just Epstein and all the disgusting things he was involved in with some other notable people. But, let's leave that for another day. For now, it looks like she has been convicted of federal sex trafficking charges for the role, again, in Jeffrey Epstein's abuses. The jury weighted evidence for about 30 witnesses over 3 weeks who alleged the British socialite played a pivotal part in recruiting teenage girls for sex with Epstein, of course, right? And I think this is something that everybody expected, but everybody was also very hesitant, right? Whoever was following this, because they're like, is she going to Epstein herself? You know what I mean, right? And no, it looks like she made it all the way through, right? I mean, either they allowed her or they did a lot better job at, making sure she lived to see her day in court. Now, that's just here with Ghislaine, but what I'm about to touch on kind of goes hand in hand with the same topic, all right? And it's something that I am passionate about. I do have a bias. I have kids, so I naturally worry about stuff like this all the time, right? Call me paranoid, that's fine. But check this out. Yeah, you're reading that correctly. For those of you guys listening just on the podcast, on like Spotify or something, the headline for this one says, an educator who was previously recognized as Teacher of the Year allegedly performed oral sex on a student in her classroom. The family and consumer science teacher has since been arrested. So I guess her class, her whatever she taught there, was family and consumer science. I'm not familiar with these new fancy terms. I mean, back in the day, it was just science teacher, but whatever. But essentially, the article goes on to detail, right, the despicable acts she was doing over at Round Rock High School in Round Rock, Texas, which is right here in my new home state. And the concerning part, of course, is that, at least to me, you let me know in the comments below if you agree or not, is that she was named Teacher of the Year. So what does that tell us? Well, it goes along with a lot of what I have been saying, which is these figures that become like influencers, whether you're talking about just a Teacher of the Year or you're talking about online, like people like James Charles, they become groomers, right? Spin it however you want to spin it. Justify it if you're looking to justify it, however you want to justify it. People with this kind of influence, eventually, right, we see, not all, of course, but many of them become groomers, right? They know how to like reel in, young, impressionable kids. And then slowly but surely they develop a relationship, sometimes sentimental. And then it evolves into disgusting crap like this, right? And we don't find out about it until we see their mugshot. Look at this woman. I mean, to be fair to her, I guess, if you're looking to be fair, she's a decent looking woman, right? Someone that can easily probably go to some bar and find herself an adult relationship, right? But no, she chooses to use whatever charm she has to, wrap a kid in, right? Bring him in, reel him in, because they're impressionable. And I've said that before. I've covered this stuff like this, unfortunately, more times than I care to even count, because it's just rampant in our society. I mean, for those of you guys that came from TikTok, you let me know, do you not see all the time these like videos where you're like, oh my God, this girl has to be like 12 or 14 or 15 or even 16, 17, right? Same thing for the kids, for the boy kids, right? You're like, what the hell? This kid is like 10, right? And they're trying to show their little abs or something. Like, well, you get my point, right? Now, normal folks like you and I, we're like, what the hell? Go put clothes on. Like, what are you doing dancing for the camera like that? You can probably tell they're doing it in their like bathroom or something. But that's not everybody on the internet. In fact, more often than not, it's the pervs, right? And you come across, or at least you haven't, but I have come across stories where other creators are like, hey, check out this perv. He's trying to essentially groom little girls. It's disgusting. Now, as we know, it has reached other depths of entertainment, of media. In fact, as you can see here on this headline, for those of you guys that are listening on the podcast again, second, I repeat, número dos, second ex-CNN staffer under investigation for alleged crimes involving minors. So I'm going to play this so you guys can read it there. I'll try to read as fast as I can for those of you guys listening on the podcast. But essentially, a former CNN producer is reportedly under investigation for serious allegations involving potential juvenile victims. Juvenile, right? Virginia police have launched a criminal probe into Rick Celebi, whatever, a former producer. Project Veritas, a conservative guerrilla journalism outlet, whatever, alleges Celebi solicited nude photos for a 15-year-old girl. 15 years old. Celebi resigned from his role on The Lead after a report detailing disturbing allegations. Well, shit, that's the least you can do. This marks a second producer embroiled in a criminal investigation. Hey, great job, CNN. This other person, this guy reminds me of someone famous, like a comedian. I just can't put my thumb on it. But whatever, this person, after Chris Como producer John Griffin, is he the brother of this other guy, Griffin? Again, he's kind of like, I don't know. I digress. Was indicted earlier this month for attempting to induce minors to engage in unlawful sexual activity. Yeah, just another groomer with power, right? They have that ability. They have the money. They have the power. And you know what? They have the access. Why? Well, because more often than not, they'll do like segments or something, right? With like very young kids. And kids, I repeat, no, I don't like to deal whenever I can in absolutes. But many times, many of these kids are very impressionable. They come across someone that has a few thousand to 100,000, maybe 1 million followers. And they're like, oh my God, it's a celebrity. Right? And then what happens? Hey, let me get into your DMs. Right? And they continue doing it. Again, I repeat, if you don't know who I'm talking about, by the way, James Charles is a big influencer. Not once, not twice, multiple times. The man has been accused of getting into minors' Snapchats. He's still on TikTok, as far as I'm concerned. He's still all over the place. Why? Because cancel culture, which I can talk about for hours, but just a very small part of it, right? Just to touch on that right now. Cancel culture is BS, right? It's many times it's rules for thee, but not for me. That's the way I've been seeing it, right? And people that get canceled, they come right back, right? Who brings them back? The very people that cancel them, right? That's who brings them back. So, anyways, I'll leave it there, right? I know you're like, God damn, JT, man, like, it's the New Year's, man. Jesus Christ, you keep just talking about shit like this. I'm sorry. It's the JTH show. For those of you guys, again, that are here from TikTok, you're still watching. This is a lot of what I used to do, is cover news. I love talking about current events. I love discussing current events with people, right? And YouTube wasn't giving me a lot of that interaction, but TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. I mean, let's be fair. I like to be fair. Or I should be fair. There's a lot to critique of TikTok, a lot. But I want to be fair to them. And, I've gotten a lot of interaction there, which is, to me, is what matters the most. The likes, that's all right. The interaction, because I like to talk with other humans, right? About, hey, what do you think about this? Like right now, what do you guys think about what I just talked about, right? So, anyways, that's it for this episode. The last episode of 2021. Making it seem like I fucking done like every episode this month, which I haven't. I haven't done shit for months on here. But it's the last episode nonetheless, right? I'm back. At least I'm going to try to be back here regularly. I'm going to see how it works on TikTok, how many people I can get from TikTok to come over. We'll see, right? I will see if it's worth my time. I do like doing a long form podcast like this. I love it. I love talking to the mic, and I sure love not having to cut everything all over the place. It's a lot of work, and I'm just one guy. I no longer have my team, which I guess leads me to my final piece of information. I no longer have a team in terms of what I used to have before, like my editors and Josh. As you guys can probably see by now, Josh is gone, which is it's a shame because the guy had a lot to say, but we had to part ways because of my company. We're still friends, so I might still have him on here from time to time, but before I was literally paying him just to be on this show. And now that's not happening. Same thing with my editors. So I'm doing everything by myself again. which again goes to what I was saying earlier about like, I don't know where this is going to go. And I would love to hear from anybody out there that maybe has some ideas. I'm open to ideas all the time, right? I know a lot of what I'm doing, but 2, 3, 4, 5 brains, definitely think better than one, right? So anyways, guys, ladies, gentlemen, everyone watching, thank you very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that came from TikTok and is supporting me here. Thank you. I wish there was a bigger word for that, for what I feel. Thank you. I'm very humbled for what you guys have given me over there, and I hope you guys can also bring a little bit of that love over here. Have a good New Year's. See you next year. And that's it. Until next time. See ya.